my channel, and today we're building a pub. So because of St. Patty's Day coming up, I decided that I wanted to build a bar, like an actual Irish pub. So I had just Googled some images that got my inspiration from it, or for it, and let me tell you, making this was actually really difficult because I had this image in my head. I wanted it kind of grungy, dark, like something that you would find in a normal town, nothing like super fancy or anything like that. So this video is kind of jumpy in the sense that I cut out a lot because it took me like 5 hours to build this. So there's a lot of spots like the bathrooms and stuff that you really don't see me build or anything like that, just because it's a bathroom or me placing all the pictures and stuff. But what I did fun for this one is I actually went on the gallery and found some really cool gallery pictures that I placed in the build. So we actually have paintings of Ireland and stuff, so I thought that was really nice just to add a touch of it. But I do end up completely changing what the outside of this build looks like because it wasn't really doing much for me. I actually end up making it cottage living based, really, and then that's my cat. And then upstairs is what I would imagine the owner living there. The owner of the bar would live upstairs. You can also make this a restaurant. I believe that I put it up on the gallery as a restaurant because I wanted to be able to have food, but then when my mom placed it down, everything that I did for like the menu and for the workers, none of that got transferred to the gallery, so it's kind of pointless. But if you want, you can make it have its own Irish themed menu and you can have it as a restaurant. If not, you can just change it to a bar. It doesn't really make a big difference, and just delete all the items that are for the restaurants. No biggie. So it does have quite a large bar. There's 2 bathrooms. I end up putting a kitchen that also goes downstairs. There's a little stage area for people to sing, or they can play music, do jokes. Because I really did want it to have that like Irish Dublin just pub feel, not like an American bar. So it is a lot different. I end up having a seating area where there's like a fireplace from cottage living, so it's more cozy. I end up making that back room smaller to fit on the lot nicer, so it ends up having 4 dartboards in the back. And I also went through debug and found some actually interesting items that I didn't even know that we had, so I added those up in the front. But I really ended up liking this build, even though it took me forever to make it because I wasn't really getting the ideas that I had in my head like in the game. I don't know, I guess it was maybe the items that we just don't have. Like I wanted to do like emerald green as the accents and have it just be a dark brown wood throughout the whole entire place, but we don't have emerald like anything. Because in my head I'm like, oh, I can use the dine out booths and I could have it that dark emerald green with the black and dark wood and it would look so nice, but we don't have that. It doesn't come in those shades. It's more of like a minty, like Midori type color. So I wasn't able to do that. So my whole idea of what I wanted to do kind of got thrown off. But I think it really did end up turning out kind of nice. And I wanted to place it in Henford-On-Bagley because I really do think it is an Irish theme, just kind of that area of the world. Really homey. And I thought it would be really cool to put these kegs up. And they kept getting deleted. They kept deleting themselves. So in the end, there's just one that's on the wall. I end up switching it to be on the left side of the bar. But I thought it was like a cool idea of them having like them coming out of the wall. It's probably not realistic at all, but I thought it looked cool. And then they just kept deleting themselves. So I don't know if it was when I was moving stuff and they were just like automatically getting deleted and I just wasn't noticing. Probably. I was so focused on like certain things. And I wanted to find like Guinness posters on the gallery and I could not. I searched probably for hours, which is why it took me so long to make this build, because I wanted to have like, I guess, authentic pictures. I just wanted pub style. And St. Patrick's Day, St. Patty's Day, I just think of corned beef and cabbage and Guinness or Guinness stew, stuff like that. I could not find any Guinness pictures. I think the most that I got, what I was actually looking for, was a poster that had a Jameson bottle. So that's also placed. But I end up changing literally everything upstairs. Like, I changed the walls, I changed the color of appliances, color of the bedroom. So you seeing this is a little pointless because I end up changing it all. But so I just wanted to keep certain parts of me fiddling with everything, so it wasn't just like all of a sudden, oh, there's furniture there now. I don't know. To show people that I also struggle with my builds. It will take me forever deciding certain things. Usually beds and wallpaper and like couches. I feel like we don't have enough couches, like different variants of couches. This is when I decided I wanted to completely change what I was deciding to do. I even changed the roof completely. I honestly really like how it turned out. I think it really adds a different feel to it, what I ended up changing. The only annoying thing is with these roofs is they clip into your walls so bad. I was trying so hard to fix it and not have it happen. I couldn't. So in the end, upstairs where that kitchen is, on both sides of the walls it clips a little. You don't really notice it that much because the cabinets that I put up there kind of hides it a little. And then where the front windows are, I actually had to completely manipulate that roof. Like I had to like shorten it because it's two tiles up there. So one roof that is in the front is one tile, and then I placed a second one and it just doesn't have the edging around the roof, so it doesn't clip in the wall. So it's kind of noticeable that like it just stops and there's like white edging instead of the actual hay is what it looks like. But it bothered me so bad that it clipped into the wall so much. So that way, if you actually place this down and you are playing a sim who owns it, it's not that annoying when you have them live here. Because I mean, technically when you own a restaurant, you still have to own a house, but you could just not place anything there, and then you don't have any bills for it, so you can just live at this lot. But when you travel places and you say go home, it's going to take you to your home lot. It won't take you here because you can't technically live at a restaurant. But if you have a bed down and stuff, like you can sleep there. And then if you wanted to, you can make that stairway so nobody went up it. You can make it like walls instead of stairways, so you could have a door and you could walk that door. But I didn't want to mark it off that much, and I figured in real life people would know, like in the town, don't go up there because that's his home, like that's off limits to go into. But in The Sims, they really don't care, especially because there's the bed up there, there's the kitchen up there, and there's a computer up there. So your Sims will be like, well, I want to use your computer, so they might try to travel up there. So if you don't want them to do that, you can just add a few walls around it and then a door, and you can lock it so only your Sim who is staying there can go up there. This is when I really feel like it starts coming together, honestly. I think the change in the stone on the outside looks really nice. And then adding the tables, like you kind of feel the layout of how everything's going. This is when I am starting to add items to make it a restaurant. So there's certain things that you need, like a chef station, waiter station, host station. So I needed to make room for that. So I ended up just placing it on the side of the bathrooms and the bar. So the people that work here will have to go through the kitchen to get to the bar, which is probably annoying, but how I already laid out everything, I liked how the bar looked, and I was not rearranging it to put the bar in a different spot. I wanted it set up how everything was. So I just kind of smushed the kitchen in the back. So there's only a singular chef station and then a fridge, and I add some utensil items, and there's also a sink. And I add utensil items like knives and spoons and stuff, and then I add artwork up there that makes it look like here's the catch of the day for fish, and this is the cut of the meats that we have today, and like a written menu of what there is to offer everyone today, so everybody knows what there is to cook. And I thought that these little barrels of like potatoes and stuff like that was a really cute touch. Because in my head, they would get their food all from the community that they're around. So they get like their eggs from one person and they get their chickens from another and stuff like that. So it's a community-based pub. So they have all of their food fresh. Like I said, it's a little jumpy, so now I'm placing all kinds of different artwork around the pub. I wanted to have lots of artwork. I feel like, I don't know why, I just did. To add like a historical aspect of like, this is what the town used to be. Like, this town's been here for years and years. So this is what it used to look like when people first started living here, and now this is what it looks like as we've grown. So to get debug, as you saw, I'm just typing in bb.show hidden objects and bb.show live edit objects. So now I'm starting to add items from the cottage living pack that I really want. I wanted this lot to really blend in with the rest of the lots around it. So of course I'm going to use cottage living. I found these really cute grass pieces that I honestly forgot we had, so I think it's super cute. Adds a little bit more texture to the grass, because in The Sims 4 it's pretty bland. I mean, compared to the Sims 3 grass textures, it's pretty flat. So I found this wheel that I thought would be really cute to put on the side, so I ended up just placing a fountain down so your Sims won't swim in it, or at least try swimming in it, because that's a debug item. They don't technically detect it that it's there, so your Sim, if it was a pool, would just try to jump in and like be swimming all in it. So I made it a fountain, added some plants to kind of hide the edging of it. And I do end up putting a water pump in the front, which I thought was super, super cute. So it looks like they just get the water in from maybe the river that's right there, and then they just pump it out with their filter pump or whatever. I don't know. I just thought it was cute, so I wanted to add it, honestly. But I wanted to kind of have it blend in and not look like I just placed it down in a pond. Or placed it down in a fountain. I didn't want to put a pond here because I thought it's like a really small space, so it would really affect the foundation, it being that close. And you can't put fountains or pools right up against the building. I tried, it kept giving me a glitch. I swear I've seen people do it, but it just never works for me. I don't know if it's, I don't know, maybe I just don't know how to do it. But I found those super cute planters. I didn't even know that we had these. We've had cottage living for, gosh, I think like a year or something like that. Over a year. I never knew that we had these planters. They're so cute. I'm gonna have to use these a lot. And they're probably even cute just on their own because it looks like they have, it's like dirt with some leaves on top of it. So you just place that like around trays or something. Maybe your son hasn't gotten to planting anything yet, or you can't afford to add plants yet. So you just kind of have them chilling there. I think it's still pretty. Now I'm kind of just adding some final items that I wanted to have in this build. I really wanted this to be a sociable spot. So there's a few chairs for your Sims to sit down together. They can enjoy the fire when it's cold during the winter if you wanted to. I wanted it homey, I wanted it comfy, just a place for everybody to come to and have a good time. And I just put the TV in there because it was mandatory for it being a bar. I really didn't want a TV. If I didn't have to put one there, I wouldn't have. But I needed it to be there to be a bar. So I ended up just placing one in that room because I didn't want it over the fireplace. I thought that would look really weird. Now I'm just adding some finishing touches upstairs. I do end up adding like a dog bed that I don't believe I show in this. I end up adding a dog bed so your son could have a dog up here. That maybe the owner has a really large dog that's like his best friend, and the bed actually has 4-leaf clovers on it, which I thought was really cute. Yeah, see, that's the roofing that I was telling you about. I tried my best to cover it. So I added some cabinets just to make it not so noticeable. It's still noticeable, but it's not as annoying. And that front wall, I end up changing the roofing so it doesn't clip into that wall anymore when you place it down. Because that was really bothersome just staring at that. So that's gonna be pretty much it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Happy St. Patty's Day. Bye!